Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Justice League. Now ever since I was a kid, I have always wanted to see a live action Justice League movie. I usually remember Justice League in both the animated series as well as the direct to DVD/ Blu-ray films. So my wish for a live action Justice League movie has finally come true when Warner Brothers decided to do their own cinematic universe with DC, obviously because they wanted to have the same success that Marvel had. I saw it in 3D and I think this DC superhero movie is great. A wonderful, exciting superhero team up film, and I'm definitely going to tell you why I enjoyed this movie without any spoilers. The story of this film took place after the events of Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice and Suicide Squad. After Superman had sacrificed himself to save the world from Doomsday, Batman and Wonder Woman decided to save the world on their own, as well as setting out to find other superheroes so that way they can set up a team. The superheroes that Batman and Wonder Woman are searching for are The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. So when an evil threat named Steppenwolf has come to take over the world along with his demon armies, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg must team up together to fight Steppenwolf and save the world once and for all. I find the story of this film not really that special, but it was not terrible in my opinion. However, it did have some cool and exciting moments. Unlike the previous DC films in this extended universe, this DC film is in a lighter tone while being realistic at the same time. Much like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, it had a better story than Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. The special effects in this film are alright in my opinion. I can obviously tell that Cyborg, Steppenwolf, and Steppenwolf's armies are in motion capture. Some of the CGI in this film looks good, but I did find some a bit noticeable. I actually do enjoy the designs of the cities, the Batmobile, the Bat airship, the weapons, and costume designs of Batman's suit, Wonder Woman's suit, Flash's suit, and Aquaman's suit. The action scenes are definitely the best part of the film. I had a blast seeing Flash running very fast with lightning, Wonder Woman fighting and stopping those British criminals from robbing a bank, the Amazon warriors fighting Steppenwolf, and the battle between the Justice League against Steppenwolf and his demon armies. Now for the acting, directing, and music. Ben Affleck as always did a splendid job playing Batman. Batman of course is a dark superhero of Gotham City, and in this film is the lead member and founders of the Justice League that lead his team to do what they have to do. I really like the part where he uses his weapons and gadgets to fight his enemies. Gal Gadot still did a magnificent job playing Wonder Woman, who is an immortal Princess Amazonian warrior that is the co-founder and a member of the Justice League. Like in her own film, she has the ability to fight her enemies with her sword, shield, rope, and fist. Then there are other members of the Justice League, like the Flash, played by Ezra Miller, Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, who was Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones, and Cyborg, played by Ray Fisher. All did an awesome job. The Flash, who is a superhero that can move at superhuman speeds due to his ability to tap into Speed Force, and plus I also think he's funny. Aquaman I think definitely steals the show in this film, who is a superhero that lives in Atlantis and is good at swimming, breathe underwater, communicate with the underwater animals, and fight someone with his Triton. Cyborg is a half-man, half-robot who used to be a college athlete student that got into a car accident which turns him into a human robot hero that has the ability to fly, turn his arms into cannons, and manipulate technology. I find it interesting that I was first introduced to Cyborg in the Teen Titan cartoon back in the 2000s, and now DC decided to put him as a member of the Justice League. Returning from Batman vs Superman is Lois Lane, played by Amy Adams, Martha Kent, played by Diane Lane, and Alfred, played by Jeremy Irons. Lois Lane, the girlfriend of Superman, is now the undaunted and compassionate award-winning journalist in the Daily Planet in this film. Martha Kent, the adopted mother of Superman, didn't really do a lot in this film. Alfred, the butler of Batman, who is now one of the Justice League's closest allies, that always wanted to help out. Superman, played by Henry Cavill, has also returned, but he doesn't show up until the middle of the film. Wonder Woman's mother, Queen Hippolyta, played by Connie Nelson, was only in this film for a short time. Also appearing in this film is Mira, played by Amber Heard, Silas Stone, played by Joe Morton, who is from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and Commissioner Gordon, played by J.K. Simmons. Mira is a female warrior of Atlantis and Aquaman's girlfriend, but she was also in this film for a short time. However, we will see her more in the extended cut version, and of course Aquaman in his own film. Silas Stone is Cyborg's father and a scientist in the STAR lab. Commissioner Gordon is the commissioner of Gotham Police Department and also one of the Justice League's closest allies. I find it funny that he played J. Jonah Jameson from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, so it looks like J.K. Simmons is one of those actors who are in both Marvel films and DC films. In my opinion, he is the second best actor to play Commissioner Gordon after Gary Oldman. As for the villain Steppenwolf, played by Ciaran Hinds, I had mixed feeling over this evil villain who only wanted power and take over the world. He can be menacing sometimes, but in other times he was a bit cliche. Much like Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man, he may look good, but his performance was not that great. Zack Snyder, I think, did a great job directing this movie, even though he left during post-production of the film because one of his daughters sadly died from suicide, which caused him to hire Joss Whedon, the director of the first two Avengers movies, to reshoot some of the scenes and also serve as one of the writers of the film. The music composed by Danny Elfman sounds very exciting and it feels like a superhero movie. This is the 9th time that Danny Elfman composed the music for a superhero movie, since he did the music for other superhero films like the first two Tim Burton's Batman films, Darkman, the first two Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, Ang Lee's Hulk, Hellboy 2 The Golden Army, and Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. The song Come Together sang by Gary Clark Jr. sounds very cool and hardcore to listen to. Overall, this is a great fun and exciting DC team-up superhero movie. While it may not have the same spirit as the Avengers movies, it's still an enjoyable superhero movie with a much lighter tone and also had some humor. However, I wish this movie could have been a bit longer, but we will eventually get the extended cut of the film. I enjoyed this DC movie more than Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad, and in my opinion, it is the third best DC movie in this extended universe after Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. I am of course looking forward to see the Justice League sequel, and it will be including Green Lantern, since that the Green Lantern movie is going to be a reboot. If you're a fan of DC, definitely go see it. Oh, and be sure to stay after the credits. I will not tell you what happened, but it is leading up to another DC movie. So I give this movie 4 out of 5 nuclear bombs.